Good morning. I am live in a park. Birds of a feather are flocking together in Oakland, California, and this is your Thursday Namaste Today. Good morning and Namaste, and welcome to Namaste Today. My name is stepº0 Witecki. I'm a psychic astrologer and call myself the Sensei to Serious Joy, here to stand in my heart each day and walk in the light. This is my reading for the day of Thursday, July 23rd, 2015. Today we're in the first day of Leo, so officially happy birthday to all the fabulous Leos out there, and all the Leo risings will be getting a boost as well. It's going to be a powerful Leo transit, friends. We have a lot of shifts going on during this Leo transit. Maybe I'll start the story off about a year ago. About 1 year ago, Jupiter moved into Leo, which is why we're talking about this, and it began the expansion of everyone's hearts. So a lot of this, the first 6 months of that Jupiter-Leo transit, was probably removing blocks to your heart, removing obstacles in your life to being able to pursue your heart. I'm speaking from August 2014 to the end of the year, basically. And so there was a lot of trailblazing to make room for love in your heart. So today, we are now at step 0 of Sun in Leo. Jupiter is in Leo, and Jupiter is ready to finish this transit that it began a year ago. Only now we are probably in a different place. Now we are probably have cleared a lot of obstacles from our life. You've probably prepared for love. There's more of a foundation. And with other planets like Saturn and Scorpio, we've all been doing a lot of boundary changes that were critical to us having love or not having love. So today, as the sun just comes bright, hallelujah! That's the Bay Area for you. It's like cloudy, happy, you know, it's funny. But as we now move, this is the step 0 today is the transition into our annual love transit. So Leo is our heart. It's the heart of our soul. It is the star seed of our being, our uniqueness, what we love, how we fall in love, our creativity, our children, all of this. Probably the greatest part about being alive is the Leo vibration. I love to love. Who doesn't love to love, right? And love is, if you don't know, the vibration of God Creator expressed on Earth, purely. So if you were to transfer Creator into Earth matter, it would feel like love. That is what we understand. So today we are reconnecting to God. We're reconnecting to our heart. We're reconnecting to our inner self. And with step 0 ruling the day, it's really about the connecting and disconnecting, or the protecting and not protecting of your life. I'm just going to go with this, even though it's so bright. Hallelujah! It's about the protecting or not protecting of your life, and that's what we're going to talk about today as we look at the planets and do the reading, is the I protect, and that's what the step is at. So without further ado, let's connect to my guides and look at the planets. Okay, so the first thing that really comes into play, actually, when I was closing my eyes and feeling around the chart, is Saturn at step 28. And Saturn is in Scorpio, and it is retrograde right now, so it means that all of us on Earth are, changing our boundary structure. So what you used to let in and what you now let in will differ. What you used to open up to and what you didn't, what you used to open up to and what you open up to now will differ. So today is kind of about, they're showing me this image of 2 pails, and the child is choosing which goes into which pail. And it's like there's a pail of things that you really love, and there's a pail of things that you don't love so much anymore. And today, energetically, especially with our mind, we are kind of really sorting things into pails. And this has to do with what you want to invest in. And of course, whatever your heart wants to invest in will be invested in. And that's with Jupiter. Jupiter is at step 25. So today, we are still getting to the soul of what our heart wants. We're still getting to the core of what our heart wants. We're still being honest with ourselves about what our heart wants. So try and get to the core of it and be honest with what your heart wants. Even if you don't know how it's going to happen, even if you don't have the money for it, this is a time of getting to your spiritual truth and, separating what your heart really wants and what your heart could wait for. And that's really the best way to separate it. It's not that you won't have the other bucket. It's what your heart's willing to wait for, what's not important right now at this time. The passion is very important, and they brought me down to Mars just now. So it's very important to keep your feelings flowing. And even though we're shifting gears now into our hearts, it's very important to keep that very fundamental home, family, emotional foundation in place, particularly today. So a lot of self-nurturing, a lot of your rituals. Keep in mind that when you go to bed on the same time, or you eat at the same time, or you see your friend at the same time, these little rituals actually help support and nurture you. So it's important right now, they're saying, to keep with self-nurturing and ritual and mindful of what the heart wants. Now they bring me up to Virgo. So a lot of this that's going to happen, we have Venus retrograde here in the next day and a half. It goes retrograde on Saturn Day. And so what this means is that we're going to kind of pull apart. There's going to be a zipper, a fabric of reality that kind of begins to unfold. You might experience this first inside yourself as a dreaminess, they're saying, or certain particular dreams in particular, astral projecting, visiting lovers in your dream states. They're showing me a lot of dream state activity in the beginning, especially in the next 2-3 days. And so what this retrograde is going to be is a look at something your heart once loved. That's what they're showing me. And so right now it's important to decide to kind of go ahead and let go of reality, let go of your attachment to the current situation. When they had me look at Virgo, they had me look at Black Lilith at step 26. Everyone has decided the way they think things are going to be. You're likely wrong, says Spirit. You're likely wrong. Spirit is saying that your current construction is based on where you saw your life heading up until step 0 today. But now what's going to happen is that it will be reconstructed. You won't argue with the reconstruction when you see it. And it's important. Everyone visualizes a concrete future because that's how we manifest. And so until we have a new one, we tend to stay stuck to the old one. They just want everyone to know that make a plan, but plan to change your plans, because everyone's vision of reality into the September and October is based on not knowing everything about your heart. The Venus retrograde is going to be introducing you to some facts about your heart, or some depths about your heart that you were not paying attention to or not ready to handle just yet. In some cases, they're saying past life lovers are returning that you were not ready to handle until just yet. And those of you who identify and resonate with this, they say, should know that this is true. So the moon today is actually shifting through the high degrees of Libra, and so we're going to be in an emotional grand square. That means that as we're going through all of this transition and separating what our heart wants and what our heart doesn't want, we're actually kind of on lockdown. You're not going to feel like you can get anything done. You're really not meant to. Just go through your normal routines that will self-nurture you and whatnot. Your work now is in your heart and in the depths of your heart. And if you did the soul work and construction of an emotional foundation in Cancer, then this heart work is going to be easy. If you have not nurtured yourself in Cancer, then this heart work will have more turbulence than necessary. So be conscious to self-nurture. The moon in the late stages of Libra says that basically this is the moon in Libra, right? Back and forth. They're showing me that this is once this goes in this bucket, that goes in that bucket. And they want to be very clear with Saturn at step 28 again, that once you separate the buckets, turn your back on it and don't worry. God will put it into a little cabinet for you, and you can have it back after your Venus retrograde, they're saying. That's cute. So you could do that. Don't worry. It's like, yes, human attachments are so, harsh. They really are. They're intense. And they're pointing me lastly to Pluto at 13, part of the grand square. So this emotional grand square is that, as you're separating emotional buckets, you're actually making very, very subtle decisions about Uranus and Aries, about Mars and Cancer, about Pluto and Capricorn, which is parts of these squares. And so this is where the lines are, what you feel comfortable with, who you really are. And so that's kind of what the next 24 hours is, from Thursday through Friday. And it looks like through Friday, through Friday night. Friday night, just jumping ahead, and I'll talk about this, of course, in Friday's show, but by Friday night, your feelings have caught up now, and everything is decided. So it will be a full 24-hour period of separating what your heart truly desires, your heart doesn't. This applies to any part of your life, even though this will be changing. And in my written blog, I'll be writing where each of the 12 signs will be focusing now for the next month with the Sun in Leo. All right. Yes, they say be in your heart and put up your boundaries, and I agree. I love you very much. Thank you so much for logging in. You can come to my website at soulgarden.tv, register to be a user. You'll see extra rooms open up. You can also find the ability to buy a reading. Right now, my reading prices will go up August 3rd, so if your heart wants that, definitely step on that right now. I'll see you in 24 hours with your Friday show. Until then, live, love, be.
So